Hello, and welcome back to the Cove with more surviving Mars Green Planet. Well, at the end of the last episode, we have decided to build ourselves a brand new rocket, which is kind of cool. Big thing that we've never done before. We're going to get this thing ready to go ahead and have this basically be how do we call it? Like an intercontinental ballistic missile being launched at the polar ice caps. And yeah, we're going to just keep this thing in wait. So, we're going to quickly rename our rocket, as we should with all of the ones for this run. So at the moment, we had originally planned on naming them after naval ships, like these type of ships. Sorry. So we have Caravel. That's doing fairly well for us, and I think for this one, I got a couple on my list, but I think this one is well, it's only going to have one voyage, but it will be of quite a lot of importance. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll be calling this one the frigate. Yeah, there we are. So that'll be fine. That is, yeah, should have some cannons, or at least the historical equivalent would there have. And so, you know what, I figured what a better name than to use this. Could have potentially gone for something else, but yeah, I think that'll be fine. It's nothing too here nor there. After all, it only gets one voyage. We may as well give it a, a decent name. Alright, well, there goes our next little transport of rare metals back to Earth. So we're expecting our war tension to drop down. There we have it, down to 24% from 34, and that puts us in a very good position. So hopefully we can get rid of this war on Earth as soon as possible. Alright. Well, we also do have a couple of lakes that we are filling in. Yeah, that are slowly filling with water, I should say, not filling them in, and that will help us out with our situation. So that should be good. We also now have the fuel extractors, so we can now increase production as long as we have fuel. Let's go ahead and add on in. Let's go with a. Don't really need more spires. Maybe we go for. We don't need the terraforming either. I think we're pretty good for terraforming for a while. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and focus on the... Yeah, let's get the RC commanded transports and explorers out of the way. Yeah, make it that we can create our own rovers just in case. And then we can focus on the last couple of wonders. But again, most of them are for spires, and that doesn't really... that doesn't always help us with much. Alright, that said though, we do have room for one in our new dome, come to think about it. So let's have a look and see. Are there any in particular that we would really want to go ahead and use? Technically, we could go with the arcology. In fact, that might even be a good idea. Yeah, in fact, I think that's probably going to be the choice that we take here. Yeah, it'll help out with the accommodations, make it less likely that we need to expand this for our extra, what do we call it, retirees. And then, yeah, we can leave that be. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll try and go for one of every spire that we can in this one, but that's what we're going to do. Let's make sure that this is set to forbid exports. And then, you know what? Okay, so I did have the plan that we try and load this up with all the fuel possible, so we would have used up our stores. But unfortunately, I don't think that's really going to work out too well for us. Simply because if we do go ahead and tell them to run, there's basically no pause on the mission that I'm aware of, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, so you know, it just is what it is. We'll fuel it up, we'll leave it there. We know what it's for, so we'll get to that whenever it is ready. And hang on a second. Ready for takeoff. Why are we calling this the Crux 4? That is... I have no idea what happened there. Did we try and rename somebody else? Did we rename the Japanese vessel that was here? Are we allowed to do that? I don't know. Either way, not sure what happened. Doesn't really matter in the long run, so we'll leave that be. Let's see. These GHG factories, they're producing a decent amount. What about these carbonate processes? These are atmospheric. Yeah, we're not suffering in that department. It's all going to be these GHGs. Yeah, we're going to need a whole stack more if we're going to keep this up and running, if we do want to get that temperature up as fast as we can. Oh well, it is what it is. What have we got here? That's ready to go whenever ready, that's fine. I think... how do we get that to stop flashing?
Dust storm approaching.
You know what? I don't think that there's really much that can be done. We'll just leave that be for now. Yeah, that'll be done. And then, what do we need over here? We still need to work on this mohole mine. That was one of our ideas for fixing up our long-term problems. But you know what? Speaking of long-term problems, our Project Morpheus is finally up and running. So, yeah, stimulating the development of new perks in adult colonists. Very nice. Alright. Let's see, what else have we got? We have concrete, we have metals. We're not really hurting in too much. We have consumed a fair bit of food, so maybe we do need another farm somewhere. It wouldn't go astray. Let's go... Yeah, medical treatment, we've got machine parts factory, we have a few people in here that are working. In fact, we've got a few people that don't really need to be here. We could go ahead and upgrade this. Let's see, building performance would only drop by 33, but it would mean that we no longer have the night shift for these people. Yeah, let's upgrade the Logi amusement park, that'll be fine. And then I think... what have we got? Yeah, the grocery is all good. We've got another grocer here. Really looks kind of annoying. I kind of want to be... Yeah, I want people working in specialty jobs, not in these generic tasked situations. Oh, well, you know what? It is what it is. You know what? Electronics, we're even maxed out there. That's kind of annoying. You know what? Let's go ahead and open this up. I'm sure we'll have room. Let's go ahead and... Oh, we don't even need to enforce restrictions, but we are going to go ahead and do that, just to make sure that we avoid any unnecessary shenanigans. Let's also do this for our medical... Yeah, we need to start going through and allowing only those who are specialized, I think. That should be the case with all of these. Let's enforce that specialists are only accepted. And then... How are we doing? We've got unemployed and seeking work. We have a botanist, geologist. Okay, well, I'm not surprised about the geologists. We haven't given them much in the way of work for, yeah, for a very long time. That is, yeah, not exactly ideal for them. They seem to be the one group of people that we don't need too many of. Yeah, here we are. We have more people than we know what to do with. Let's keep going and... Let's see. How are we doing people-wise? We have 5 people who are homeless. I think we need more housing in here. Yeah, this is going to be the issue, that there's just a little bit too much here and there. Let's go ahead and... Oh, what am I doing? We're not going to control you. Oh dear, what's wrong? Malfunctioned? Ah, bother. Well, that's a bit of a pickle. It looks like he got hit by the dust devil. Alright, well... for now, let's see. This is... do we just ignore this for now? Yeah, we've also now got the fuel extractors if we so desire. I think we'll go ahead and... let's see. How many metals are here? Oop. 1,000 still, but again, we're not really hurting on the metals right now. Metals isn't really something that we need access to. Same with the underground extractor. So many choices. Also, too, let's go ahead and bump that up as well. It's kind of a conundrum. Alright, well, you know what? We should be fine. The concrete extractor will just have to do what it does. It's only... Yeah, it'll only be around for a bit. We've got a decent amount of concrete, but again, we do need to keep on moving it away. I guess we'll just go ahead and we'll give that access to the shuttles. Yeah, there we go. That'll just have to be good enough. And if it stops working for a little bit, well, we still have the others. Alright, RC Commander, let's go ahead and save your friend. You were down over... Ah, there he is. Camouflaged. Very annoying. But either way, that'll be fine. We'll help them out and then we'll come back. That'll be all good. And then let's see. What else do we wish to progress with? Oh, it looks like we might almost be done with the final GHG factory here. Looks like... Yeah, we'll move you up a notch. Let's also go ahead and amplify this one. Let's just check in on our drones. Where are you guys? It's right on the outer limit. Of course it is. Alright, so... I know that we have the nanobots construction and all. But I do have to wonder. Right, let's bring this up to level regular priority. In fact, if I don't make this the highest priority, will that automatically start taking resources from around and bringing it there? Let's just check out the tech. Let's have a read. I believe it's here we go. Construction nanites. Buildings construct themselves slowly without drones. Nanites will seek out resources from nearby resource depots. Okay, so with a payload of several molecules and an electronic instrument used for both navigating and knowing its purpose, construction nanites form slightly saturated winds which to the casual observer would seem to erect buildings as if by magic. Okay, so what we need is concrete, metals, and
resources are low.
Okay, that's fine. We will go ahead and we'll put in a little depot up over here. Let's just go with a storage of a universal depot. There we go. That'll be fine. Let's check. We will be within range of... Oh dear. Hang on a second. Range goes to there, so that'll be fine. Let's go ahead and put that right there. That'll be fine. Let's swing that around just to make sure. We will make sure that we have metals. Yes, we're going to go ahead and kick that up. Metals, concrete, no food, no rare metals, no polymers. We do need machine parts, no electronics, nor fuel, nor seeds. Alright. Go. Everything else can sort itself out, but we're just going to make sure that we have resources within the vicinity so they can just build whatever they need to do and avoid any extra problems there. Alright, does that help? Yes. Okay, so the construction nanites are working. It looks like it's... Yeah, they're mainly focusing on those machine parts, which is fine by me. Whatever works. And then... I think we're pretty good. So, you know what? With that sorted, we'll leave that for now. I did just see that our outsourcing has finished, so let's go ahead and pay for that again. Again, there is no point to having money if you cannot spend it. So, let's convert that to... progress. The Caravel, you're fine. You can stay as is. And then, let's see, still have 600 power. Alright, and that is a new special project. Import greenhouse gases. Okay. 2% atmosphere, 1% temperature. That's not terrible. That'll cost us money and fuel. That's not that bad though. But let's see, that is a singular percent. So that is not quite 1 day's worth of progress. Well, actually, it's, okay, maybe a day and a bit, but nothing too special. Let's see, do we want to do that straight away? Or do we want to hold off for a little bit? I think... what do I think? Realistically, we just need as much heat as possible. Let's have a look at the terraforming. I'm just concerned about these toxic rains and how long they're going to last. So, what have we got? We have GHG. That's fair. Oh, and so that'll be temperature. I guess it's the core heat convectors that we have to start consuming. Yeah, that's much better as far as terraforming effect than these other tiny little things. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and start building these. So, let's see. Delivers water to an underground pipe network and effectively transports heat from the planetary core, improving the global temperature. Increases the local temperature in cold areas and protects nearby buildings from cold waves. Ah, well, the more you know. We have not had any cold waves in this playthrough so far, and it looks like by the time they ever may appear, it will not be an issue for us. Alright, so you know what? Let's go ahead and we will pop this... yeah, let's pop one of these over here. That seems pretty good. We could cover all that, or maybe we could pop that in there. No, you know what? Let's just go ahead and put the mini dish by the big dish. That'll be fine. In fact, you know, let's go one tile further up just so we get that triple electric scrubber. So we'll build one of them here. Let's plan you. The next one we'll go ahead and... I suppose we should cover all of this as well. Yeah, so we'll build a second one. And then, you know what, I really want to make decent progress rather fast, so we're going to go ahead and build this. Yeah, sort of around there. I think that should be fine. That covers the majority of our productions of things. Yeah, it looks after everything. Yeah, we'll go with 3. So 3 at 0.4, that'll be 1.2% per day when they're fully constructed. So 1.2, that takes us... yeah, that takes us to just under 2%. Alright, so we're going to fly through the temperature then once we've got those sorted. Although, realistically, we probably don't need all of them right now. We don't exactly have the concrete for all of these, so we will quickly go ahead and we will turn this one off as with this one. That'll be fine. We'll leave this here for now. And then as that all gets running, that'll be fine. Alright, so those metals, the polymers, that should all be accessible to the drones, I dare say. Yeah, it's right within that extra loop there, so that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's going to be perfectly fine. Alright, the last war comet sighted. Okay, I think we're about to get bombarded again. We need more electronics for those jolly MDSs. Okay, you know what? I'm not liking the idea of this being... bad for us, so we're going to quickly go ahead and try and make up the difference as fast as possible. Alright, but let's read this anyway.
Comet suddenly lit up night skies above Earth, visible from all over the globe.
Although the comet is well known and talked about by most space agencies, in the current atmosphere on Earth, people have little time for space news and have chosen to see an omen in it. Most interpretations have been that victory is imminent for the interpreter, but more alarmingly, many believe this is a sign of the end times. Some have chosen to embrace it, risking this becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. We have to talk some sense into the Earthlings. Alright, well, I thought we lived in more enlightened times. That feels very EU4. And then what else have we got? You do know this comet was predicted to come close to Earth 50 years ago, right? Still gaining war tension. Earth has changed a lot since we departed for Mars, and not for the better. And of course it's an omen. How could it be anything but? You know what? Let's just, a little bit of self-mutterance. That'll have to do. Alright, so that is our first negative event that we've come across. Slowing things down. I was admittedly expecting that that comet may have been a little more hostile than it was. So, you know, all things considered, it could have been worse. But you know what? I think what we're going to do is, yeah, I think we need to adequately prepare. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and we're going to build a trade pad. We'll go ahead and we'll see if we can squeeze one of them in Yeah, there we go. That's not a bad spot. Yeah, so we'll have access to 3, so we'll have... And what we're going to do is we're going to try and trade for a few more things that we need, potentially. I'm thinking mainly concrete, because I really want to get this up and running. I also want to make sure that we have plenty of concrete so we can go ahead and expand as we need to. Now, the MDS lasers, they only cost us metals and electronics. So, yeah, I think the overtime should be good enough. But again, we do just need to be aware of our usage because... Let's see, we're consuming 19 per day. We're only making 22, it says. Wait a second, 22? 24. Yeah, we definitely need more electronics. And unfortunately, we don't have too many ways around that. Yeah, okay, so let's combine that with our thought of what we needed for in here, which was more room for more, what do we call it, housing. I am potentially debating whether we drop this large garden and maybe we put in a couple of small gardens in over here in its stead. And you know what? I think that's probably going to be the best thing for us. Yeah, as we were saying, we have a couple of unemployed people and some homeless and whatever have you, which is not necessary. So let's go ahead and dismantle this. Yeah, say goodbye to the large garden. That's unfortunate, but we will come up with something better. Let's go for decorations. Let's go for the... Oh, all of these are 40, so none of these make a big difference. But let's go with the regular garden. No, large. No, sorry, the large one is what we're getting rid of. Let's go for a regular size garden. We'll pop that in over here. Let's see, where can we place this? Okay, so we'd have room for one. Oh, we can only... Okay, we can't do as much as I would have liked. Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll put the garden here. Man, this is really troublesome trying to figure out the best spacing. Alright, that seems to be the best. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll build a second garden. Actually, a second garden, or maybe we go for a pond. Yeah, that's for this. Let's see. I don't know if we can get as many people to a pond, so maybe we just go ahead and we pick up another garden. And then in the final 2 spaces, we do 2 small gardens. Or maybe we do a small alleyway. There we go. That makes a little bit of sense. We'll go from the path through there, and then we'll do another little garden over there. That should be good enough. Yeah, hopefully we can still look after things, but I think we definitely need to go ahead and build an apartment, so that's going to be our focus for now. Let's go ahead and get that sorted. Again, we know that the concrete is low, so we're trying to focus on that a little bit. Luckily, we shouldn't need any more for this heat convector, which is very good. Yeah, we should be fine. It's just only going to be a couple of days worth of toxic rains if I can help it. Just very concerned that it could be worse. Mind you, it could all be for nothing. They may not be as bad as I think. But again, if we can take some precautions, I think that would be good. Let's see, what do we want? I think we're going to still go for concrete. Let's go ahead and offer to sell some... what do we go for? I'm thinking polymers or maybe even metals. No, let's go for basic metals. We'll see if anyone accepts that, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Alright, but mind you, the good news is, though, because we're not going to go ahead and use the frigate for the polar ice cap straight away, what we can do is potentially use that for trading a little, which could be nice. Alright, either way, it looks like this thing is up and running, and we need to not just amplify, but to also connect it to the water grid. Let's go ahead and do just that. Wait, no, that's a pipe valve. There we go. You, my little friend, let's go Oh, of course, we can't construct through there now, can we? Ah, that is annoying. If I had to put that just a single tile further up, that would have solved all of my problems. But I guess I didn't do that right. Alright, that's fine. Let's go. We'll go around here. That'll be fine. That'll connect up as much as anything else would. Yeah, there we go. That'll be fine. There we go. Connected to building. That's what we're after. Yeah, a little bit of a dicey place to have a landing pad, but, you know, it is what it is. But at least that can now get up and running. We'll go ahead and take that amplification, of course. That'll be very good. We do need to double check, though. The atmosphere is now at almost 25%. Are we getting any level of imposition with our solar panels? The answer is no. But it does look like our terraforming boost is fairly solid. So that's not bad either. Alright, that's not terrible. Alright, it just is going to be what it is. Alright, looks like that Paradox has come along to try and do some trade. Excellent. We'll trade those metals for now. Did we want to go ahead and do the field extracting?
Research complete.
I do wonder whether it's worth doing. Let's go ahead and maybe go for... Oh, that's almost finished. We'll ignore that. Yeah, let's go for the field extractor for this metal. These metals up over here. That'll be fine. We already have fuel in the area, so it's really not here nor there. We can also then go and... Oh, that's right. Our concrete extractor is stopped right now. Right, because we sent our commander... Yeah, you're fine. We sent our RC commander to go ahead and help, and we can bring him back. So I think what we can do is, if we drop him about there, should be able to sort that out. Alright, terraforming progress. Toxic rains can now be expected. Alright then. So, with the warming up and pumping of potent greenhouse gases into the newly created atmosphere of Mars comes natural precipitation, rains. Initially, because of the gases used, these rains will be toxic, but as the quality of the atmosphere improves, pure rainfall will take hold. Toxic rains will harm any plant life struggling to survive in the harsh Martian soil, and to degrade it even further, they create toxic pools where nothing grows. Toxic pools may be cleaned up by drones. Pure rainfall, however, is greatly beneficial to plants and will improve local soil quality wherever it occurs. Okay then, so let's take a look. We are now at the toxic rains point. What do we do? Yeah, toxic rains and at 55% for atmosphere, temperature, and 5% water. Okay. Well then, let's go ahead and see what we can do. We want... grasses, bushes... Okay, so all of the trees can't get planted until we're about 5% of water. So, yeah, as much as the toxic rains may kill off plant life, we haven't planted anything so far, so it's not the end of the world. We just need to focus on things. Alright, so we've got that up and running. Let's see. Maybe we do go ahead and just launch for the... Actually, hang on a second. What's this one? We haven't checked this one out before. Okay, magnetic shield. Launch an artificial shield to improve the magnetic field. Counteracting solar wind and decreasing the loss of atmosphere. Consumes a rocket. Wow, a lot of one-time uses. Let's see. Send a refurbished rocket to gather greenhouses. Improving the atmosphere. That's, yeah, or do we just go ahead and, drop this gigantic, thing, get a whole bunch of water, get a whole bunch of atmosphere. You know what? I think before we potentially lose atmosphere, let's just quickly double check. We're losing 0.053 per sol. So let's go for the magnetic shield. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best thing for us. So we're going to go ahead and send that expedition. Yes, the rocket will be lost, but we can produce another one fairly easily. So let's go ahead and do that. The frigate is designed for things. We'll go ahead and use that anyway. That'll be fine. Yes, you will be lost. I am aware of that, but I believe it is the price that I must be willing to make. So off you go. It was good to have you, I suppose. That'll cost us a couple of electronics, some fuel and metals. Again, no resources too severe. Alright, we did also build up the apartment, so it does look like we've fixed up a few issues. Let's see, how's everything going down over there? 24 colonists, that's enough for our security station. Our nurseries are still fine. Oh, living quarters. Let's upgrade those as well. Let's see, what else have we got? Yeah, everything seems to be okay. Producing everything that we can. Saving water. I think they're pretty stable. So, let's see. 10 unemployed and 6 homeless. Surely not. Alright, well, you know what? Maybe we can kick out some people. Let's see. What is to go with our homelessness? We have an engineer, scientist. Wait, scientist in Emerald again? Whoa. Alright then, let's activate that. And then... what do we do? Oh, it looks like our bio-colonist, our bio-robot has decided to become a botanist. How nice. Yeah, rejuvenation treatment. You know, let's go ahead and make this specialists only. And then anything else that's left. Let's see. So, engineer. One scientist. Another scientist unemployed. Huh. Alright, well, you know what? It's a little odd, but it is what it is. Yeah, hopefully they'll be able to sort out their housing situation fairly soon. There is, as I said, a few more places for people to live in these apartments. Hopefully they'll make their way across there. We shouldn't be hiring any more we shouldn't be creating any more scientists. Not at this rate. Unless it'll just automatically just kind of create some of everything. Let's see, machine parts. You know what, we do need to fill in things over here. Have we got any unemployed? We do have a few. Okay, so let's just... if only there was a way we could see who was unemployed here. Yeah, now it looks like people are suffering with unemployment. We need to come up with more jobs for more people. Okay, so you know what? I think electronics is going to be a good thing for us. So let's go ahead and build up a new one of those buildings. I think what we'll do is... this is fairly accessible, so we'll build a small one in there. Let's see, production, electronics. Yeah, we'll go with a small one for now. Yeah, we just can't fit anything larger inside this dome as it is. So we'll pop that in the corner here. I think that's the right spot. Yeah, so we'll build that there. We'll go ahead and get that up and running. And then hopefully we can... yeah, maybe we really are going to need a new dome to start expanding things even further. It is not crazy, but either way, I just saw the time. I think it's a good spot to call things for today. Yeah, we've sorted out some of our problems, created some new ones, you know, swings and roundabouts. But either way, hopefully you will join me in the next one. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.